So we're talking about discernment today, and how sometimes there's the fear, the imagination, the brain, the intuition, and trying to discern what is the truth and what is accurate and what is of fear. So I remember back in my late 20s, I was working as a graphic designer. And I started to feel like, okay, this is not my calling. I feel like I'm being called or pulled to something else. So that was accurate. I acknowledged that. But beyond that, I didn't know what to do, where to go, what next steps to take. And I did have my fear brain. What if I quit my job? What if I can't make money? What if my husband is not on board with that? What if? So that was of the fear-based brain. The fear-based brain was, okay, maybe I can stay here a little bit longer in this job. Maybe I can just keep the money going. Maybe I can just, maybe. And then I had my intuition. My intuition showed me November, gone. And I was like, huh? What you mean, November, gone? What does that mean? What does that mean? But I definitely saw November. And it just so happened, I talked to my boss and I said, I think I'm going to take a leave of absence in November and then come back, because the job was just wearing on me. It was like I could barely feel healthy in that environment. And it was like getting more and more sour around me. I was picking up stuff with other people, and it was just so much stress on me. And it was trying to get me to make a leap of faith, trying to get me to branch out into my soul's calling by worsening the job environment around me to where I couldn't stand it anymore. But my brain was trying to, they need me in the job, and I'm the #1 employee, and I'm doing so much for everybody. I need to stay there. So that was another brain thought. That was not intuition. And so around that time, I was having different visions and other things really sort of kicking up. A lot of dreams about the future. And the guidance was November, gone. I saw November, and then I saw gone. So I had in those moments to distinguish between what's my fear, what's guidance, what's intuition, what's real, what's not real. I can look around and see, okay, the job is real. I know I have the job now. But beyond that, it's just unknown. I don't know if there's another job next. I don't know if I'm quitting and staying at home and having a baby. I don't know if I'm, what else is there? What's solid that I can hold on to? And what I could hold on to was just that feeling of, I am being guided towards something better for me that feels more authentic. Even if I'm afraid of letting go of the stability that I have right now. Even though I don't know what steps to take, I know something in my soul, in my heart, is calling me, further, calling me forward, pulling me, and I can feel that. It's almost like a compass. I could feel that compass. And so what happened in my story is they said, well, you can't take a leave of absence unless you quit your job officially, but then you could come back and sign up for your job again and get reinstated. So I was like, okay, I'll quit my job. And it turned out that I did leave in November. And then I was on the fence. I was almost like a PTSD in a way, like the stress had gotten on me so much, but I was trying to convince myself that I could go back, because I didn't know what the unknown had in store for me. What do I do now? What do I do next? So I quit the job. I went home. I started breathing more. started getting back in touch with myself, started doing art for the fun of it and not sitting on a computer doing art for the job. And I started to feel myself awaken. I felt guided to do meditation and practice and study Reiki, energy healing, and all that really sort of awakened my senses and helped me to connect more with that part of me that was in the knowing, that was in that connection with my soul's purpose, that was connected to my intuition and my guidance. So the meditation and the energy work really helped me to tap into those things. Now, my brain was thinking other stuff. My brain was like, but how are we going to make money? And maybe we need to go back to the job, and maybe it's better now. And, this brain stuff. So you can tell when you're listening to it and observing it, you'd be like, that's brain. That's fear. That is not my higher self. Because my higher self and my higher intuition was guiding me towards what was something better for me, even though it was unknown, even though it was kind of scary, but it felt good to think about. Quit this job and start drawing and creating art and meditate and do spiritual stuff. Of course I'd love to do that. And I did. I took that leap, quit the job. My brain said, go back. And I went back there one day and got the paperwork to fill it out. And a lady passed by and said, oh, well, they filled that position already. So I was like, okay. They filled my position already. So that means I can't go back. No going backwards, only going forward. And then for the next 20-something years, I started doing soul portraits, started reading other people, supporting people in believing in themselves and their light, and communicating with their loved ones and giving them closure, and tapping into guidance and so many other amazing otherworldly things that were of the unknown to me then. But now they are of the known. Now they are normal and comfortable and connected. So in the beginning, a lot of what I was listening to was fear-based. That was of the mind. But the more that you sort of take a step back and discern what is actually speaking, where is that thought coming from? So you are choosing which voice to listen to. You're choosing what feels like it is of wisdom and what feels like it is of the normal old brain pattern stuff of the past, what feels like it's a fear-based or inner child fear-based. What if I'm not liked? What if my coworkers don't like me because I abandoned them? That's an inner child energy. So it's really important to discern, is this coming from my wise adult self, my higher self, God source, my spiritual team? Because those are the voices I want to listen to, not the other sort of manipulative, fear-based voices. So practicing discernment means you are witnessing what you are perceiving in a neutral way. I witnessed that voice. I witnessed that thought. I witnessed that fear. I witnessed that guidance. And you can sort of sense where it's coming from. And then you can choose whether you're going to listen to it or not. And as you are getting guidance over the days, weeks, years, discernment is important. Recognizing if this is for the highest and greatest good. Whether it's challenging or not, it can be for the highest and greatest good. If This is of wisdom or of fear and manipulation. So witness, you can write it down if you want. Like one part of me is choosing to stay, one part's saying to go. This is what that part that's wanting to go is saying. The brain usually says a lot. The inner child can kind of say a lot as well. But usually intuition and guidance gets to the point. It gets to the point. It's simple. It may not provide a bunch of context and a bunch of other words to explain it all, but it's like, quit your job. What you mean, quit my job? But your brain will be like, I could quit my job in 2 months because then my mom's going to be here and she can help take care of the kids. And, that's brain. That's brain. Brain is not bad, but brain is not your higher self, your higher intuition. So practice discernment and decide which part of you will put as higher on your list to listen to. You listen to your brain, of course. You're not going to ignore your brain totally. But when you're discerning important things in your life, you decide, is brain number 1, brain number 5, and then you put your higher self up to number 1. You put God or source up to number 1. You decide.